welcome to my channel. Today I've got a Halloween tutorial for you. So we're bringing out the face paint, body paint, however you want to call it, and other stuff. And let's get started. Now I'm gonna start off with blocking off my eyebrows with scar wax. It's just, you know, I know a lot of people use the glue stick method, but I just feel like scar wax gives a way smoother effect, at least on me. I just really don't like the feel of it on my fingers. But your fingers are basically the best way to put it on, so yeah. Anyway, it's really quick, really easy, one layer and you're done. Just swipe it on there with your fingers and that's it. And then powder it off really well. You don't want it to be sticky anymore, because if it stays sticky, it's just going to work weirdly underneath other makeup. So yeah, use a lot of powder. And then I'm just going to go for concealer. I'm not going to do color correcting, because I'm going to put body paint on top of it in bright colors and or black. So yeah, my eyebrows aren't going to show up anyway. If you want to, you can color correct, it's up to you. Anyway, then it's time for the body paint. I'm using a water spray these days because I feel like it gives a better type of wetness. I don't know, like it's... I feel like the method I used to use with, like, you know, just a bowl of water, it just made it too wet or too dry simultaneously somehow. I don't know, this just works way better. And I'm going to do a drip effect. Now, I gotta admit, the drip effect is pure laziness. Seriously, if you're gonna do something like this, do a drip effect for one simple reason. You don't have to worry about your hairline, you don't have to worry about your ears. It's so much easier to wash it off. Just do a drip effect and you'll make your life a whole lot easier, seriously. So that's what I did. I did the outline with sort of an eyeliner brush, and then with a bigger brush I'm just filling it in on the inside. Just because, you know, it's a lot quicker and it gives a smoother effect than if you use the eyeliner brush for all of that. And then it's time to start on the correction on the face. I'm also just outlining those in orange, because it's more forgiving than to do it in black immediately. And yeah. Also, make sure that if you want to be an evil pumpkin, try to make those sharp points at like the inner sides of your eyebrows, because that makes it look like you're frowning. And you know, if you're an evil pumpkin, you're frowning. It just helps you give you a facial expression without actually having to look pissed off the entire night. And then with the mouth also added, I completely forgot to do the nose. I will do that later, I promise. Anyway, and I'm starting to fill in the little bits of, well, orange outside of the cracks. Still with a small brush, because I don't want to go over the work I've just done. Like I said, this is just an outline and the black will cover anything I wanted to, so... You know, it's not a disaster if you accidentally use too much orange. I just feel like it's easier to keep track of where you want to put stuff if you really just respect the outlines you just made, basically. Also, I feel like the colors just stay neater if you don't blend them when it's not necessary. So yeah, just do it all around the face. Meanwhile, try to remember that you're also still supposed to add a nose somewhere in there. Yeah. I don't know how I forgot, like, a seriously the central part of the face. But anyway, at this point I finally remembered and decided to also do sort of a skeletal nose. Because, again, creepy pumpkin. Again, just with the eyeliner brush. Then I'm finally grabbing the black face paint. However, I'm not adding water, so this is literally just dry face paint. And I'm using it for shading. Now, you could, if you really wanted to, use black eyeshadow. However, black eyeshadow is powdery, so it'll go everywhere. And also, I just feel like this just... I feel like face paint blends more easily over face paint than eyeshadow does, because face paint is slightly sticky. So I'm just using the dry face paint to create a little bit of shadow around the drips, because of course, like, your face is dripping over your pumpkin face. Of course, obvious, that's just a natural way of things. Or something, I guess. Anyway, it just gives a more realistic effect. And then I'm also creating shadows at the ends of all the cracks that I just made for the eyes, nose and mouth. I'm also blending those. The blending I'm just doing with a clean blending brush, a clean stiff blending brush. And no water added or anything. This will just work as long as you rub it enough. And if you have good face paint, it won't, like, make your skin go bare. Yeah, I'm not doing too much of a cleanup. I'm just doing a little bit around the edges just to make them nice and sharp. Because no matter how neatly you work, especially with shading, You're going to get a little bit on your non-pumpkin skin as well. So a little bit of concealer is just a very easy way to fix all that. I didn't powder it or anything. I'm using my Catrice concealer and it'll stay in place anyway, so not necessary. And then I'm using dry white face paint. Yep. I was almost going to say dry wet face paint. That would have made no sense. But dry white face paint to put highlights on every single drip. And then also on the parts of the pumpkin face where there's no cracks. Just to make it pop out a little bit more, because a natural pumpkin also isn't completely like smooth. Then it's finally time to add water to the black face paint and start on the final part. Filling in all the cracks and holes in the face. I love this part, like that's always why I always do it last. Also because it's the most like logical order of doing things really. But also like it looks sort of random before you add the black, and then you add the black and it just all comes together and it becomes a really nice creepy effect, and I love it. So yeah, do be careful with the black of course, because you know it's the darker shade we're going to use, so if you make a mistake it's really going to be quite difficult to fix it. Just like I always said with dark colors, just start little and then keep adding, and you know it's better to just add than to have to take away later. So yeah, just be careful with it and you'll be fine. Also one advice, I always try to use the body paint as dry as possible on my eyelids. And I also used a little bit of a eye primer on my eyelids. Just to try and make sure that it wouldn't go all creasy, which it did not, which I'm very happy about. I wore this look for about 3 hours and then I took it off because I wanted to go to McDonald's. Anyway, it didn't crease, but yeah, this is the final result. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a lovely Halloween or a creepy Halloween, whatever you want. And for now, bye!